Screw. Okay, so what I'm looking at here about this band that I got, what I'm looking at here, I'm using Wikipedia mainly because I'm lazy and stuff. But what I'm looking at here, according to Wikipedia, um, apparently they're considered quite possibly the most controversial Brazilian heavy metal band ever, according to Wikipedia here. I mean, the band's name is called Holocausto, so why no, folks? Okay, so in terms of albums here, what I'm looking at here, there's like a good amount of like demos and like EPs or something. Well, what I'm looking at here, there's like 2 or 3 EPs by this band and a couple demos, um followed by some followed by some albums and stuff, and what no, folks. Okay, so talking about this album I got here, Campo De Exterminio or something. I think this is the first album or something, and what no, folks. So, folks, what I'm looking at here in terms of the track list, there's 10 tracks on here and stuff, and it's saying here on a website I got, it's saying side A, which is tracks 1 to 5, and there's side B, and from songs 6 to 10, and what no, folks. And folks, in terms of the lineup on this album, is what I'm looking at here. The guy on the vocals is Rodrigo. I'm gonna call him Rodrigo. He's the guy on the vocals and stuff. Um, we got Valerio, Exterminator, the guy on the guitars and stuff. We got Anderson. I'm gonna call him Anderson. He's the guy on the bass, and the guy on the drums is a guy called the drummer's called Armando and stuff. I'm gonna call him so. Why no, folks? I know I use short forms, but why no, folks? Okay, so now it's time for my thoughts on the album and what I thought of it. So first major thing I noticed is the way the album sounds. Like, one major thing I noticed is that like the production on this album isn't the best. Like, why no, folks? Like it isn't the best sounding album, but what I'm looking at here, this album was released in 1987, so maybe that has to do with that most likely has to do with the album sounding the way it is. So what I know, folks, like, and another thing I noticed is the tempo on the album. I noticed lots of like fast playing going on, like fast playing with the drums, like fast like blast beat stuff going on, and same thing with the guitars, and same thing with the guy on the guitars and the bass too, and just there was lots of fast tempos on here, but also like mid tempo parts and stuff, and like I could see how this could have influenced extreme metal, mainly death metal and black metal and stuff. Like I could definitely see how it could have influenced those genres and stuff. Like, boy, no, folks. Like, I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say it like with the black metal production or something, along with like the death metal type plane or something like. Bueno, folks. Like, I guess it could be a mixture of both. Like, bueno, folks. But those are main things I noticed. That fast playing, and it also has like dark atmospheric vibe to it. Like that's what I got out of it. Like fast playing, also mixed with like dark atmospheric vibe. And it's just like, to me, this album is evil sounding, and bueno, folks. Scoria. So, folks, I'm trying to find some other websites to look at, but there's not really much. I'm gonna say, like, in terms of like interesting websites to look at, but bueno, folks. And also, talking about the guy on the vocals. I mean, I didn't really mind his vocals, but like they weren't the best and stuff. Like, bueno, folks. Like, I mean, like his vocals were like alright for the genre and stuff. Like, they weren't anything mind blowing. Like, I didn't really mind his vocals. I'm gonna say, like, bueno, folks. So those are some major things I noticed about the album: fast tempos and a dark atmospheric vibe, and just evil sounding, and all of this other stuff. And bueno, folks. Okay, so in terms of how I enjoyed this album, I mean, I enjoyed it and stuff. Like, I didn't really like mind it. It wasn't like it was fine for me. Like, I enjoyed parts of this album. Like, there are obviously parts of this album where I enjoyed, but like to me, it just sounded like all right, I guess. And like, whoa, no, folks. To me, like everybody did their thing. Like, this album is I could definitely see how this album could be influential in terms of like the Brazilian metal scene and bueno, folks. But overall, I thought this album was good and stuff, but I didn't really mind. I'm gonna say, like, those are my thoughts and stuff. I didn't mind the album and stuff, and I thought it was alright in terms of how I enjoyed it and stuff. But anyways, right now is basically when I'm going to be ending today's video off. Like, I'm not going to go any further with today's video. Like, I'm simply not. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And peace out, everybody.